This episode of Prem Brulee is sponsored by The Vintage Wave, an online boutique sports apparel store with throwbacks and unique one-of-a-kind vintage goods. From new Mitchell & Ness looks to classic Nike and Adidas looks, The Vintage Wave has everything a sports or fashion fan could need. Visit them online at thevintagewave.com.
You're listening to a Holyfield podcast.
All right, welcome everybody to another Holyfield podcast. This one is the debut episode of Prem Brulee. Have you ever found yourself having such a fantastic take that it can only be described as Flamey Cakes? Well, Flamey Cakes equals creme brulee, and here we have the origin of this name of the podcast. So, without further ado, my name is Premal Bhatt, hence the Prem part of the Prem Brulee. And I'm joined by fellow Holyfield contributor Berto Gonzalez with the debut episode of Prem Brulee. What's up, Berto?
What up, Premal? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to having you, along with a few others, as rotating co-hosts with me. And this being the debut episode, the way we do it is cover the week in sports using rapid-fire category form. The point is to get off your takes and keep it moving so we can cover as many topics as possible. So the first one up is our version of a love it or shove it. I'm going to read a headline, and you're going to give me a yeah fam if you love it or a nah if you don't dig it.
I think I can remember that.
All right. With it being such a crazy NBA offseason, I figured it was only right we start off with that. First one I have for you is Kawhi Leonard gets traded to the Raptors in a deal that includes DeMar DeRozan. So Kawhi and Danny Green went to Toronto. In exchange, DeMar DeRozan, Podol, and a protected first-round pick, which is protected 1-20, goes to San Antonio. Yeah, fam or nah, to this move, is it wise for Toronto to take this chance? Kawhi said he wanted to end up in LA, specifically the Lakers. Can they convince him to stay like Oklahoma City did with Paul George?
Wiseness for Toronto. I'm going to say, yeah, fam, it's a good risk for Toronto. Not necessarily that it's like a smart, guaranteed move that you can get Kawhi to stay, but they had to take this shot. If they had the pieces in place to acquire this one of the top 5, top 10 NBA players in the league as it is right now, both an offensive and defensive specialist, that is just, one of the demanding, one of the rising stars of the game. You have to go out and get it. Like, Toronto is still reeling from just being embarrassed by LeBron and company again for what seems like the third year in a row in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they just need to push. They need to push and try to get themselves over the threshold by any means necessary. And just for the sheer fact that this opportunity more or less fell into their lap and they were able to seize it, I think it's a great risk for them to go forward with it. The staying part is going to be really tricky because Kawhi is hell-bent on getting back home. He said multiple times in the press, to whoever it is within his inner circle, that it's made publicly known he wants to go to LA eventually. Maybe through this next season and how he interacts with the team and how he interacts with the city, maybe there's a slight off chance that he can actually embrace it. And now he's the stud of this new team and can push forward with Kyle Lowry and Serge Ibaka and company and can actually really be a threatening force in the East with LeBron out of the way. So, yeah, fam, I think it was good for Toronto to take this chance.
All right, so I'm a yeah fam also, and I like all the points you touched on, but more so than anything, I like the move for Toronto because I feel like they've hit their ceiling. Yes, you could argue LeBron's gone out of the East, and that was what they ran into to not get over the hump, so to speak. But Kawhi Leonard gives them probably, I know you said top 5, top 10, but in reality, he's probably a top 3 player in the world in Kawhi Leonard. It gives him Kawhi for an entire year with a chance to convince him to stay. And we're looking at a worst-case scenario of him leaving, and it jump-starting a rebuild for the Raptors. Because if you've hit your ceiling, and I think a lot of people agree that they have, then this would be a step if he left to blow it up and build around their young core, because they do draft really well. There's no denying that. So, yeah, fam, in there, I love taking the chance. I feel for DeMar DeRozan because he really enjoyed being there, and it sucks that he was told one thing and then basically fucked over a minute later. But that's the business. There's no loyalty in that business, that's for damn sure.
No, that's another thing that people kind of are underselling. That DeMar did really, really dirty in this whole deal. Like he was like a face. He was like the new face with him and Kyle Lowry, that dynamic duo out in Toronto. And it's like now all of a sudden he just gets ripped away like that without like much notice, and just like I was like, all right, we're bringing you in for Kawhi. It's like
it's cold blooded, man.
It's cold, yeah. And you just said it. You hit it right on the head. It's the business. It's devious. It's just, these guys are just assets on a chess. They're like pieces on a chessboard more than anything. They're just like, sometimes they just don't. The GMs don't take into account like the actual feelings, and they like don't bring them in, and they don't like actually just tell them just like, hey, just so you know, we appreciate what you've done. And we know what we said, but, like, unfortunately, we just have to keep it going for the team and for the franchise's sake, so you're out. But it's like, from all accounts, it's just DeMar got the rug pulled under him, which sucks.
Right. All right, let's keep it with the NBA here. It's kind of a theme because they controlled this summer. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, soccer fans, but the World Cup's just not doing it for us. Okay. All right, LeBron James is a Los Angeles Laker. I know this caused you deep pain being a Suns guy, but I figured I'd group this in with the whole off-season move type headline here. LeBron James is a Laker. That deserves its own line. And then, of course, we touched on it a little bit. Paul George stayed in Oklahoma City. Their trial, taking a chance, trading for him last year when he said he was set on being in LA, actually worked. He re-signed in OKC. The big surprise was Boogie Cousins going to Golden State, joining the villains out there in the Bay Area. And then we have Kevin Love signing an extension with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs said, fuck your rebuild. Here's some $120 million, Kevin Love. So, in general, yeah, fam or nah, you like these big moves in the offseason to keep your attention. And then quickly touch on each of those moves. Your thoughts?
I'll say, yeah, fam, I like the offseason as a whole. Like, it's great when a league like this can just, like, shift all of these, like, can shift these parts and just, like, rework them into, like, new teams, new fresh faces into new scenarios. Like, that keeps it entertaining. That keeps it, like, that piques interest in the minds of maybe...
Yeah, whatever, Berto. Fuck that. Nah, this is a nah, man. LeBron James should have stayed in Cleveland. He made a Hollywood move instead of a basketball move. That being said, I still love the man. Boogie Cousins joining the villainous Warriors, who, by the way, still only have one ring. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells me. This is as good of a chance as ever to remind everyone that Kevin Durant has 0 rings in my book and should in yours too.
Yeah, no, that Boogie Cousins, that's disgusting. That is the absolute most egregiously horrendous move that could have happened. Good for Boogie, obviously, because
he'll get himself a free ring.
He'll get himself a free
fake ring. A free fake ring.
Yada yada, all that whatchamacallit, but fuck that. Like I had hope. Like, I'm a Suns fan. If those people out there that are just like not really know me, yeah, I'm a Suns fan, born and raised in Phoenix. I love my Suns. I love all my Arizona teams, but
everybody's feeling sorry for you right now.
Dude, first of all, LeBron to the Lakers, I thought the Suns would have, like, I knew they weren't going to have an easy path in the West as it was before LeBron moved over. And, the one satisfaction I had in the past couple of seasons that we were at least somewhat better than the Lakers.
Nope.
Somewhat.
That ship sailed, man.
That ship has far sailed, and now it's like, and now I have to
take a misfit crew with JaVale McGee, Lance Stevenson, Rajon Rondo, Lonzo Ball, and some other young people, and take them to probably a top 4 seed in the West. I know that might be a toasty take, but I gotta believe it.
Like, the worst thing for me, like, just on, like, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what's going to happen. We can lay out the plan already, but now, instead of just looking forward to the 4 expected beatdowns by Golden State every regular season, now I got the Lakers piled on top of that with LeBron James running the show. And not only that, the home games in Phoenix will, quote-unquote home games in Phoenix versus the Lakers in the regular season, it's basically half and half, if that. 60% Lakers fans filling the stands, and now it's like just going to be a madhouse. It's literally going to be Staples Center light this season for whenever the Lakers come to town, and it's going to be awful. So, yeah, fuck this. Fuck Boogie.
You
fuck
change
LeBron.
your mind. You change your mind. It's a nah.
No, it's a nah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, fuck that. It's a nah. Fuck all this. Like, just more reason to just struggle and try to hold your breath as the Suns try to do what they can, but they can't do anything because it's the league isn't fair. That's straight up. The league isn't fair.
All right, on that note, we have one more headline for this debut episode and debut category, yeah, fam or nah. And that is, we wanted to touch on a little NFL. I know it's starting to heat up. We got Hard Knocks coming back soon next week. If you're a HBO Hard Knocks fan, training camp's starting. It has started for every team, and preseason football's kicking off. We are now in a stretch until, I believe, February, where we are not without football any weekend. So that's good news for those out there that are football fans. But I wanted to touch on probably one of the biggest names out of the NFL draft, Saquon Barkley, a.k.a. Saquad Barkley. The Giants made news because they skipped out on getting a quarterback at number 2 overall and drafted a running back at the highest in a long time. Yeah, fam or nod to them skipping out on getting a QB and choosing Saquon. Keep in mind, Eli Manning's 37, coming off a bad year. Their backups are Davis Webb and a quarterback they drafted from Richmond in round 4. So, yeah, fam or not to that?
I'm yeah, fam. Saquon Barkley is such a...
Yeah, best player in the draft, right?
Yeah, like, he's such a generational talent. Like, if you put it best, Saquon Barkley, this man is built like a freak of nature. Like, he's just like a half machine if you've ever seen him physically. And he just is like... Just the potential that he has to run on that field and just tear everyone to shreds going up the middle and like just trotting for scores, it's mind-blowing. Like, the Giants would have been hard-pressed to not draft him at number 2 overall. Like, they had to like take the best guy available in this situation because they just need an infusement of excitement. They needed to infuse this like young stud, and I emphasize stud because that's what he's gonna be, And yeah, Eli is 37, okay, but he's kind of like getting to the grizzled vet territory. But he's still Eli. He's still got that Manning intellect, questionable as his decisions may be over the past season.
He's got a stupid face. Listen,
well, that's it.
I'm a fan, but I'm a nah overall. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I hate this move because I'm kind of scared of it. And I'm a fan in terms of the Giants making it because they got the best player. And they paired it with starting to rebuild an offensive line that's been atrocious. They signed Nate Solder this past offseason, and then they used their early second-round pick on Will Hernandez at a UTEP. So those are steps in the right direction. Being a Cowboys fan, that recipe works. Building through the offensive line and getting a running game, we're starting to cycle, it seems, back towards that. And it's a good counter to the pass-happy offenses if you can control the clock and control the line of scrimmage.
Like, I know, like, you're going to be looking forward to those matchups. Giants, Cowboys, Zeke.
I don't look forward to it, man.
Zeke versus Saquon.
My heart hurts after it, man. I get why it's a headline, but I'd rather the Cowboys win 49-0 every week. You dig?
I mean, sure. Yeah, we want that all for all.
It will never happen to me. I got too much pain in my life. All right, man. Next category is what I call likey, no likey, hate it. And this is our version of a good, bad, and ugly, where we get free reins to talk about what we liked from the sports week or in our lives, what we didn't like, and what we absolutely hated. So, do you want to kick us off? I like to work from positive to negative because I'm a positive guy in real life, but my sports make me a cynic.
Dude, coming from an Arizona sports fan, you are preaching to the choir about cynicism when it comes to sports. Let me tell you that right now. So, I'll start with likey. I liked the Suns' Summer League run. And just because that number 1 overall pick, DeAndre Ayton, came to the Suns after all the years that we have gotten fucked over with potentially getting a number 1 overall pick, the coin flip with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that went south, and, all that bad luck in the draft nonsense. Now it's over. That monkey's off our back. We got a certified stud center on our team for the first time, like, what, ever? Like, that's, like, a notable center in Suns history, other than Alvin Adams when we were, like, first started out in the 70s.
Chill.
Hey, man, I'm just
Stop
saying.
at first.
Stop it. Like, I'm just saying, like, DeAndre Ayton's going to be a great piece to add to Booker and to the other young guys that are just starting to grow together. Like, that core is, like, really, really, barely in their 20s now. Like, everyone's going to just, like, grow up and, like, learn to appreciate and, like, move with each other. And the Summer League team, I watched some games, man, and so far so good. Like, the talent that's being infused, with DeAndre doing what he does, averaging a double-double throughout Summer League, like, it could have been more dominant. He could have gotten a little bit more touches, in my opinion, but just the way he was able to work with it and just, like, try to and, like, score when he did, I appreciated that. And then we got our guard situation is a little bit better than I expected. You're not gonna lie, with Shaq Harrison coming into the fold, our French point guard that we drafted, he looks like with a little bit more development in like a year or two, he's actually going to be a solid rotation guy for our point guard spot. And yeah, it was a heartbreaker in the tournament phase, last second loss to the Sixers Summer League team. So but overall, yeah, I like the Summer League team from the Suns.
I dig it, man. You got any more likeys for me?
Oh, of course. And I also like the D-backs, my Diamondbacks, staying tied for first place at the moment, starting August, for the National League West with the fucking Dodgers, who I loathe entirely. Any team that has LA in front of it, no, get them away from me. I can't do it. But yeah, I like the fact that despite the fact that the big money Dodgers, they got Machado, they signed Brian Dozier, they got these like this seemingly powerhouse team after the trade deadline, and they're just like going to be churning along, and now everyone's like, oh, okay, they're going to catch fire now and just run away with it. Despite all that, we're still sticking with it with our, we have a good, talented team, too, on our side, but it's, like, not as flashy because it's LA, it's a spotlight. Us in Phoenix just has to deal with, like, our humble superstar Goldschmidt and our outfield with Souza and Pollock and Peralta, who can master power and they know what they're doing. Our infield with great defense, and it's just, like, we just have to keep it going. We can't, like, buy into the hype with the Machado thing, or, seeing Kershaw and all of them over there on the other side. We just have to chug along and hope our bullpen can actually last for more than 2 innings at a time. And we just have to ignore them. We have to ignore their press and just keep it going as much as we can, and hopefully finish off with a division win, with the division in our hands.
All right, man, I got a couple quick likeys here. So I'm a Ohio State Buckeyes diehard, graduate from there, born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, so you'll hear a lot of that in the future episodes of Prem Brulee. But I got to give a likey to Bucks basketball. Our new head coach, Chris Holtman, had a surprising season this past year and followed it up with the offseason of picking up a 5-star recruit, point guard DJ Charton. It caused our recruiting class next year to rise to number 4 for 2019, which is crazy to see it rebound so quickly following the Thad Matta era. My other likey is the Dallas Cowboys actually filling needs in the draft and not focusing on flashy picks. The same team that was rumored to have gotten rumored to be tied to Johnny Manziel years ago, and instead chose Zach Martin, keeps that trend going, filled a need at linebacker with Leighton Vander Esch, shored up their offensive line in the second round with Connor Williams out of Texas. So I really, really like that they're being smart with their draft picks. Now, the ownership group acting all high and mighty and like some slave owners is a different story, but that's probably for another time.
That's definitely for another time.
All right, man, hit me with your no likeys real quick, man. Just give me all your negatives. How about that? Give me your no likeys and your hate it's.
Okay, so just one no likey. Honey Badger went to Houston. Ugh. One of my favorite players, and yeah, he had an off year last year, I get it, and he is not worth the money he was due, but man, just what he did for the community and just what he did for the team as a whole, being that bright personality that didn't care, just like was just the Honey Badger don't care mentality. I just love that whole aspect that he brought in. Now he's with that formidable Houston defense. Not my division. Admit it, it's, thank God, not in the same division, but still, it's just like a little bit of a heartbreak for the Arizona fan in me. It's a bad move, so they should have tried to keep him. My hate it. Oh, this. Do you see this thing about Kevin Durant? This is him, who he is now, his being real, him attacking players on Twitter, and like
fuck outta here.
Dude, he's such a punk now. Like, I never thought since his OKC days, I never thought I would grow to be a Kevin Durant hater. Like, just not like him whatsoever. But man, this dude is annoying now. Like, what's wrong with you, dude? Just coming at any other player that tries to, talk something to you, or just like random fans and shit. Just chirping back at whatever, and just like acting an attitude on the court. Too much Draymond rubbing off on him, in my opinion. But that's another story.
It's a good time to remind everybody that he has 0 rings.
Yeah, I'm going to start to slowly get on that train pretty soon with how he's acting. Last one, hate it. This Shaq thing, like he was on TMZ last night talking about, oh, I heard that Kobe's gonna make a comeback, return to the Lakers. It's like, Shaq, shut up. Just please. Like, we know Kobe won an Oscar, for God's sakes. He doesn't need to prove to anybody anything anymore. He's happy with all of the accolades and the legend that he is in LA. He's a made man. He doesn't got to do anything else. Let LeBron have the throne in LA now. It's over. Just don't try to be that guy to spread nonsense.
Don't pull an MJ and Wizards here.
Exactly.
All right, so my negativity for, I guess, this past summer would be, my no lucky is the Las Vegas Golden Knights making the Stanley Cup. I know it was a while ago, but I just thought it should be said.
That's a feel-good, man. That's a feel-good.
A team in their first year does not deserve to do that well. Fuck out of here, okay? A team in their first year, an expansion team, it should be embarrassing to the rest of the NHL, and you don't deserve to be making the championship that long. I'm not a hockey fan, but if I were, I'd be a Blue Jackets fan. Columbus ties. You have to pay your dues to get there, okay? It's not how it should work. So I'm a no likey to that. Call me a bitter fan, whatever. Vegas Golden Knights, feel good story. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. My hate it. So, along with my pain of LeBron leaving, I still love you, LeBron. But in an alternate universe, thinking about if Kyrie were to have stayed last season, I really think the Cavs would have beaten that Warriors team from the NBA Finals this past summer. It probably also would have led to LeBron staying, and it's crazy to me that I never would have predicted out of their big three, Kevin Love would be the last one standing, but here we are. I would just love to live in an alternate universe where it all worked out, and this Warriors team this past year seemed beatable. They just were facing a Cleveland Cavaliers team that was one of the worst teams LeBron has had, up there with that 2007 team that got swept by the Spurs back in the day. And then my last hate it, I had to talk about my Cowboys, my pain, Jason Witten retiring this past offseason, and also them letting go Des Bryant in the same offseason, losing 2 of my favorites. It was sad to watch, and then having to rewatch their last season with the Cowboys on Amazon Prime's All or Nothing was extra painful. They featured Des and Jason Witten so much. I'm glad I got to savor their last season, but I wish I had some more closure with the 2 guys. So it just seemed like an abrupt ending to 2 of my all-time favorite Cowboys. And that's an appropriate way to end. Likey, no likey, hate it. And now is a section that is a favorite. It is called Waladi Frickin' Da. It's where we highlight the best of the worst, the impressively unimpressive. Basically a performance by a player on a losing team or in garbage time. Think Blake Bortles when you think of Lottie Frickin' Da, okay? We have one. It's been a slow off season, so I wanted to talk about the Houston Rockets. They had the NBA MVP, James Harden. They built their team after the Warriors and after a three-point shooting. What did they do? In crunch time of a Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals, they missed 27 threes in a row, losing after being up 3-2. Sure, Chris Paul was out. And now they followed up with the offseason of losing Trevor Ariza, Luke Richard Mbah-a-Moute, and then adding Carmelo Anthony, which many people see as a kind of a downgrade and a downgrade to the strategy they're pursuing and the team they're pursuing in the Warriors. So I hope it was fun while it lasted. The Rockets, they got the 1 seed last year. We're a game away from the NBA Finals, but Lottie frickin' da to you.
That was such painful, just to watch that live, all the clanks that they had in that game. Like, every time you just see it just go off the rim when they were trying to, like, catch up, just down. It just sunk me. And I'm not even a Rockets fan. But just to watch it, it's like, ugh, I do not want to be there right now.
So that's a quick Lottie frickin' da. Of course, when we get into the heart of football season and basketball season, there's a lot more impressively unimpressive performances. But we thought we'd put a bow on that NBA offseason theme here. To wrap up, we have a section called Who You Got and What You Feelin'. It's our chance to make a few picks for the week, or not even just the week, maybe a long-term pick, and tell you what we're into at the moment. And this is more of a personal thing. Could be video games, a trip you took, anything like that. So without further ado, for our pick version, our Who You Got part of this section, I wanted to get your take on a few of the quarterback battles this offseason. And I'll list them off, and you give me who you think should start, and maybe if who you think will start is different than who you believe the team will choose. Okay, so I'm going to tell you all the teams, and you give me the names rapid fire. All right, first we got the Cleveland Browns. The battles between Tyrod Taylor and Baker Mayfield. Of course, it's a battle in just our eyes, but Hugh Jackson's been pretty determined to say that it was Tyrod Taylor's team to start the season. The next one is your Arizona Cardinals. Sam Bradford versus rookie first-round pick Josh Rosen, who slipped to them in the top portion of the draft, but a little lower than everybody thought. And then we have the New York Jets, who have a three-way battle. Teddy Bridgewater, rookie Sam Darnold, and Josh McCown, who they brought back. So, who you got for each of those?
Browns, it's got to be Baker. Number 1 overall pick, no contest. You got to let him, run the show now because it's the Browns. He's the one shining spot that you got. It's a couple of good guys on defense, too, but you got to let the number 1 guy take it. That's what he was picked for. That's what he has to do. For my Cardinals, Bird Gang, it's tough for me. I love the kid, Josh, and his spunk. I'm going to give it to Sam Bradford. I want to see what a fully healthy former number 1 overall pick Sam Bradford can really do with this offense, because that arm is still there. I believe that he still has something to show, and he's like, look, I always get hurt, but damn it, when I'm still in, I can wreck the field every which way. And the Jets, I really like Teddy. I'm just a personal fan of Teddy.
I want to see him rebound, man. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, that's my thing too. That story that he had, that brutal injury that he got when he was with the Vikings, no one deserves that. So I think the kid should have a shot with the Jets.
All right, my picks are a little different. I think Baker Mayfield will get his chance, but I like Tyrod Taylor. I know that might be blasphemy. I want to see what he can do with actual skill players around him. He made it work with a little less in Buffalo. For the Cardinals, I trust your take, but I'm going with Josh Rosen. I think you got to go full, get behind David Johnson and ride with your young quarterback. I think Sam Bradford, he just had the injury bug his entire career. No sweat off of him. He's made a ton of money. And then for the Jets, I'm rooting for Bridgewater. I think it's going to end up being McCown. I think Bridgewater is going to fall by the wayside because I think it's just going to be McCown temporarily, and they're obviously building for it to be Darnold's team. You don't draft someone that high if it's not. But I'm rooting for Bridgewater, man.
Agreed.
And I just wanted to do a quick, funny one. More likely to watch this summer. I know it's over, but the NBA Summer League or the World Cup? This is a World Cup without the United States of America. So, what would you rather watch? Summer League, I know you showed love to your sons, or the World Cup?
Now, being me, I am Mexican-American, so Mexico was in it. And if the U.S. isn't in it, Mexico's in it, I gotta root for Mexico. El Tri, that's my country, that's my homeland, that's my
So you're
pride.
going World Cup?
The World Cup is I'm not even a casual soccer fan, period, but it's just every time the World Cup is on, just the mass appeal of it. It's the World
I agree with
Cup,
you, but
countries
I agree
united,
with you, but
rooting
my
for your
country
back.
wasn't in it, man. Neither
Right.
of my countries. India wasn't in it, and neither was the United States. So this is a trick question, man. The correct answer is neither. You don't watch either, and you just enjoy your summer. That's it.
I do gotta say, if you have a chance to watch Summer League live, like in Vegas, do it. Like, even if for a day of just action, not even like the tournament portion, take a day.
So you can get your Instagram game up and try to get pictures with celebrities. I get
Hey,
you,
man. Hey, dude.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You can go to the lower bowl in these games. Just get a general admission. You can go all the way down to the lower press row. To the press row. It's amazing.
So, what are you feeling? What are you feeling lately, man? Give me something you're into right now.
I was into my family vacay out in San Carlos, Mexico. I spent like a good 9 days there. Just quality time with the fam, day drinking on the beach. There's nothing like it. I look forward to it every year, and it's just a time to like just unwind from like what the daily struggles of life, the jobs, the bills, the yada yadas, and just like really reconnect on like what's important, which is, you know, the good value of family and like having that support system no matter what you go through and what you do. And yeah, I'm just feeling family. Just the value of like, just having that around you.
Hit you in the feels, man. All right, so same theme. I'm feeling getting to be in my favorite place, the Outer Banks. We got to take some friends there for a week, and it was a good chance to unwind, relax on the beach, do a whole lot of nothing, and get quality time. And then I wanted to shout out a few old shows that I've started and are new to. I wanted to watch The Sopranos. I consider myself a TV guy, and this was a TV show that fell by the wayside. I was a little too young to watch it when it was first around, but I figure if I'm going to have a take on TV shows, I got to watch one of the historically best. And then a friend got me and the missus watching Dexter, and we're really enjoying that. We're through 2 seasons of that. So I'm feeling those 2 shows, oldies but goodies.
I heard Dexter. I watched Dexter the first full season. I was wrapped up, but then my sister kind of warned me about like the ones.
That's what was weary, man. My friend that got me into Dexter, it was an exchange because I was trying to get him to watch Sons of Anarchy, one of my personal favorites. So I figured it was only fair that we traded favorite shows. I'm well aware that it ends badly, so that's what kept me away from Dexter for the longest time.
You gonna be into Mayans FC? I know you are.
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready for September, man. I'm ready for that show. Okay, so I lied a little. I'm going to like to end all these episodes with what I call too much sense. I love giving advice. It's usually more than 2 cents worth. So this will be my chance to educate the people and give you advice you didn't think you needed, but I'm going to give you anyway. And my first bit of advice is to know your value. If you're good to others, it's not too much to expect them to be good to you. Know that you're a good friend or family member, and know that it's okay to expect it back. We don't do things to get a return on them, but it's okay if you do, if you're a good person and your intentions are good. So that's my too much sense for the week. Way more than your 2 cents worth, but you got it anyway.
That's great stuff, man. That should be preached more in this society, honestly. People just try to do it for the phrase "do it for the gram." That's taken over society as a whole. Doing it for the viewership of others.
For the clout.
Doing it for the cloud. Do it in the public eye. Like, get out of that. No, just be a good person, and you'll get good stuff to happen.
Yeah, man. Well, that wraps up episode 1 of Prem Brulee, man. Thank you for being part of it. I'm pumped to get this going. This rapid fire form of recapping sports that's going on. We got a lot more coming your way. Please check out the rest of the podcasts by Holyfield. We're excited for listeners to hear what we have to say and be the #1 podcast in your headphones. Don't ever forget it. Prem Brulee coming at you, man.
You already know.